IBO, and IBF heavyweight world titles. Introducing the principals to you. Fighting out of the blue corner on my right, his record 34 wins, 2 losses, 28 wins by way of knockout. He is in the black and red trunks, the former IBF Intercontinental Champion and undefeated former WBU Heavyweight Champion of the world from Baltimore, Maryland in the United States. Please welcome Hasim, the Rock Rahman. We get to the champion. His record of 38 wins, 1 loss, 1 draw, 29 wins by way of knockout. He's in the white trunks with red trim. He brings to the ring a gold medal from the 88 Olympic Games in Seoul, Korea. He brings with him the WBC, IBF, and IBO heavyweight world titles. And he is the undisputed heavyweight champion of the world, Lennox.
I saw a sign in Soweto the other day that said, that's what this is about.
Heavyweight championship fights are not for sissies either. As the two fighters walked around listening to Duncan Pollock's introductions, Lennox Lewis leaned over and whispered to Emmanuel Stewart, who then went to the referee and asked him to go to Rahman's camp and have them lower his cup and his trunks.
Rahman starting off with his left jab to the body, which is what...
It's quite a challenge getting Lennox Lewis to come down and fight smaller.
Saying it. Rahman has got to understand, look, you get in the ring with the heavyweight, but when that bell ring, it's as much yours as it is his chance. Turns his head to the right when he jabs, and that's not a good idea with a right.
One of the criticisms of Rahman, when Michael Grant did that kind of thing against Lennox Lewis in Madison Square Garden, Lewis made short work.
You haven't decided what you can do and what you're good at, nor is your body.
Given this is the biggest event of his life,
he hasn't done anything to make Lennox Lewis be a little self-conscious yet. Man, with your left jab, you got to step in with all your might to make his jab become a tool.
With 500 stitches on his head. The right side of it, he has not had problems cutting in that area.
He's a good counterpuncher. He prefers that his challengers come to him.
Just like that. He's doing it. He's jumped in because with a couple of jabs, but we kept him down. That's what I'm saying about it. Just keep working it. He's no jail.
Good, there you go. Okay? Suck it in. Stay like that. Don't let things get you excited. Just stay like you are.
stomach in that round and then came up with one to the head. Earlier in his career when Lennox Lewis had a lot of trouble with Frank Bruno, who was out
Lewis landed a huge left hook in the sixth to turn it around and set up a knockout.
Lewis tried it, but he leaped in with the right hand.
CompuBox numbers in round one. Lewis 12 out of 31. Rahman 12. Right hand, left hook. Has told anyone who will listen here that he would knock Rahman out earlier. A couple of rounds could be significant as he maybe
was pretty close by Lennox Lewis. I also got Rahman thinking now. Make him miss every time he throw the left jab. Make him miss.
Chopping right hand by Lewis, jab there. Rock reaching.
Back with the hook. Almost fainted that time. You got to feint the right hand.
His right hand effectively. It's because he set it up well with the jab. He let down so that he's hiding his right hand from it.
You can hide.
Bob's guest list has included musicians such as Bruce Springsteen, Tom Hanks, sports stars. He'll have Billy Crystal, the director of the movie 61 Asterisk, now playing on HBO. And
This is the hour when the Predators are out and about. And that last round, as you see there, Lennox Lewis.
You see, Lennox Lewis has been able to watch a lot of boxing match down, and sometimes you don't concentrate on the other weakness that a fighter has.
A good point, George. The knockout will come.
From Liwes there. Rahman reaching as he tries to get a right hand to the
He's
body.
able to get a left jab in.
And Liwes with an up bicep before the referee breaks him up.
Rahman's got this big target that he can land shots.
Liwes initiating with his jab.
Doing very well, Jim, outworking him.
Left hand uppercut.
All things are happening good for Rahman. Lennox Lewis' hands are low. All stand there, not moving his head. You got to take advantage of those things.
However, round 3 indicating that Liwes might have caught him with the right hand. Rahman. Liwes wild with the left. Left hook to the body and a left hook.
Looking nice, Helen. Looking good. Just what you're doing neat. Once you start shooting the shots underneath, you hit it right on the chin.
Let me have your eye for just one second. Look over for a second. Stay there. Hand. Really slam it in there.
You see them working on Rahman's eye as Lennox Lewis was working on his eye during that round.
Hook to the body, left hook upstairs combo with which Liwes finished the round at a higher rate. Round 4 begins with a Liwes right hand.
Lennox Lewis, Jim, when you get the big heavyweight champion room to punch, he's brutal. That's what's happening now.
The power punches of Liwes and comes back with aggression of his own.
You know, the bad thing, he isn't covered up at all. Rahman does keep his hands up.
Well, sometimes the way you deal with fear, George.
Liwes with his hands at or below his waist. Rahman hit a bit more.
And I guess it's so easy, he doesn't want to believe it.
Anytime you want until you don't work at it.
Keep attacking, make a fight out of it. You only get one of these good fights like this. Keep fighting.
Baltimore, Maryland, trying to bring the heavyweight championship of the world to the United States of America.
Next to his left side of his cheek.
Liwes targeting Rahman.
The crowd is expect him to, when he performs a little better than you expect him to.
Liwes landed a punch below the belt, and Rahman attempted to regain.
Yeah, I'm saying, you pay your left hook. Watch it when you start shooting the left hook to you, we're knocking him out of here. Shoot the left hook.
In and out, bro. Big ones, bro. Big ones. In and out. Mr. Red!
Back to the point. Left eye comes from an accidental butt. Only 17 jabs per round by Liwes by CompuBox rounds, and that's fewer than Lennox would want to throw to be at his eye. He's been under 40 punches per round. Head is around.
Rahman jabs to the left, to the body once or twice, then he comes up with that right hand.
That presents the classic quandary for the judges. Is the busier fighter better, or is
That right hand, he's having trouble seeing out of his.
so far?
Your eyes start to close, so what?
Yeah, you got to go. That's right.
I don't like him touching his face like that.
His 2 disastrous moments back to the ropes. Right hand by Rahman. That moment.
You want the man's titles, go take it.
Excellent.
He can walk into some right hand. That's what's happening now. If you're going to walk into them, walk to them.
Liwes with a jab, right to the body, left hook. Rahman, jab, 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 jab. 4 of them chases Liwes across the ring. With a thunderbolt on the call. September 24, 1994 in London. He said he has. He got a brand new heavyweight champion, and he's
Seriously, and the way you could see he wasn't taking him seriously because he wasn't on the fight.
all week long. You were thinking it was shades of Tokyo prepared for this fight. Liwes clearly preoccupied with other things in his life.
For beautiful, spacious skies.
Becomes the heavyweight champion of the world. in one of the biggest upsets in shot in the dark as Liwes stood there with his hands down and invited Rahman to...
Not a rumble in the jungle.
Larry, you better write some stuff down for us now. I'm shocked.
The disaster against McCall. And now he lets it all come apart again. Happened in the round. Here's the first right hand that seemed to start the trouble. Liwes smiled.
And careless, Rahman got inside and hit him a terrific straight right hand.
Just a perfect shot.
He had not many right hands through the fight. Liwes lived down to his preparation for the fight.
Absolutely. That's another brilliant line.
Drowned in...
How's he going to explain this to Brad Pitt, George Clooney, Julia Roberts, Matt Damon? There's the stunt. A brilliant right hand by Rahman. But before the fight. And he showed it throughout the fight, didn't he?
And Rahman came, the people cheered for him all the time.
Well, he's to prepare for the one big chance in his life.
If you're not serial taking
Up there with James Braddock knocking out Max Baer, 64. James Buster Douglas knocking out Mike Tyson in Tokyo heavyweight division.
What a wonderful
now let's
feeling.
go to Duncan Pollock for the...
You came to South Africa to see the thunder, and the score is into the 5th round. To our winner, IBF heavyweight champion of the world, the multiple Maryland Hasim,
CompuBox numbers. Remember that only 2 punches in the 5th round. And you see the difference in activity. Jabs, 38 out of 135 for Rahman. Liwes startling. Liwes again landing at a huge rate with his power punches, but Rahman threw almost the new champ.
Thank you, Jim. Congratulations, Rock.
Just want to say Allahu Akbar, Alhamdulillah, all praise be to Allah. And I didn't get nervous, not one time since the fight was made. I was a very strong jab, very good right hand. And I felt like...
that the long preparation you did here in Africa is
the fact where I thought he could beat me, except Lennox Liwes. I felt like if I didn't train properly, he would have
the one punch. And tell us what was happening. Did that punch earlier in the round?
That should be rated R. He tried to take advantage of me. Must have said like Corey Sanders when I was wiping my eye. They try to come, I feel like I'm vulnerable. So they come try to get me. And when they come try to get me, a hurt man is a dangerous man. They go.
What was your plan coming into the fight? Because it seemed that you came out and threw about...
Felt like the longer the fight go, regardless of whether we was in altitude or not, I have a round 5. What round was it, number 5?
His mouth was open as early as this.
Everybody was talking about the altitude. He could have been trying to bait me in, so I wasn't really paying attention to that. I believe that power do I stand in my faith. I mean, as long as I continue to be in South Africa and defend, the people in South Africa are lovely.
Africa so much. We want to show a little bit more of the 5th round. The right hand. Did you feel that he was just posturing at the end there when he was making...
That's the thing. I'm a fight until I'm out cold. You know that, Larry. That's why y'all bring me back, because you know I'm a fight. My trainer, Adrian Frenchie Davis, for giving the man's daughter his first title. Baltimore, number 1. Love y'all. Hey, Mel Malley.
Seconds go. Describe what you see.
Well, I know Lennox, it felt like I was cut. I thought that was a good right hand. But like I said, he didn't come right back when I was spent around. So I felt like I wasn't sure. So, you can't take too many chances with a guy like that. You take nothing away from him. And we can do it again.
And thank you, Lennox. Did you take him too lightly?
No, not really. This is what happens in heavyweight.
But surely something led to what happened at the end. Did you think he was...
In heavyweight boxing, if you run into a shot and you don't beat the count, they stop the fight. But I felt real...
Wait. You say they...
I come with a good shot. I was coming in throwing a punch at the same time. And, you know, he just...
That weight that you had on is a window into your preparation and into your mentality.
One of them has to connect, and it so happens that his right hand connect. I never beat the count.
After the first right hand hit you, you were right on the ropes.
Yeah, I mean, you can tell he got through with a great count. They stopped the fight, simple as that.
Have you been thinking too much of Mike Tyson?
Unless I get past Hasim Rahman, and, you know, he come with a great time. You know, he threw that right hand, he didn't even know. Well, I was doing what I needed to do. With a left right, and I missed blocking it with my jab, and he got through, so chasing him.
Were you trying to land too many big punches?
Get him out. I felt that he was definitely getting weak as the fight went on.
Were you surprised at his composure in the fight? That he's
just so happens he did. He got through. He caught me on the chin. I went down. But I'll be back again. There's no way I'll sink him. No, I felt good after I got up. I thought I beat the count, but you know the referee felt that.
Fight one more fight before taking the rematch. Is that correct? Thank you very much, champ.
Thank you.
On camera, before I get a chance to talk with George Foreman, let me reestablish this. James, May 25, 1964. Mike Tyson losing to Buster, flooring and freezing Lennox Lewis to score one of the 4 biggest. He's a delightful guy.
He's wiped my slate clean from what happened to me in Africa. Now,
Mike Tyson, for months, his people have talked about rocking, doesn't it?
He's no opponent anymore. He's the heavyweight champion of the world.
A brilliant performance by the Rocket. He was that much more serious about it than he had been being back in Las Vegas April 6th.
Opponent if you don't take him seriously. And that's what happened. Asked me the question earlier tonight. Can he raise his... Get a return to the theater of the unexpected in boxing.
And had to try to make explanations after. Let's take a look now once again of the developments that led to the big knockout. And George, while Lewis was landing here, he walk around with his hands at his waist because he wants to invite the opponent to try to hit him upstairs?
All of the above. All the above. You know, I've often said, when it all boils down, the small heavy benefit. This is not a big, tall man sport. You can reign for a bit title matches. And as you can see, the Rock man, small.
37 is not what...
Not tiny.
Not tiny.
It's Joe Lewis's height. Boxing world.
This is the second time there's been a major heavy...
Larry, you went there anyway. But I love it. I'm happy to be a part of this.
Of the great events in all of sports, people thought was
That was
mismatched.
the first big right hand right there. And you can see... That's why I'm grinning at you.
Whistling through the graveyard.
Now watch Lewis back. We don't really know yet. So let's check and be sure. Did he get stopped by the referee without? And it was hard to tell in the bedlam that took place in the ring.
Lewis, why not be knocked out?
Now we've got the referee wheel over here to the side. Tell me this, was there a completed count here?
Yes, it was a complete floor, completely out. And
So
it was
you make it
instant.
all the way to 10 on this count?
Yes. Yeah.
All right, well, our videotape stopped before we saw the full completion of 9 to 10, but...
He hit the floor and he was completely out. It was an instinct that he wanted to be.
All right, so there you have it, officially a knockout. McCall, where he got up at the count of 6, but then was not allowed to continue. Technical difficulties did not allow us to show the conclusion of the count. We're going to show it to you, so let's watch and see if we can pick up the 10 count. 1, 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
A little late. The count start. As soon as he hit the canvas, the count start.
Okay, so you're...
Not only was he down, it was a merciful stoppage also.
Well, I don't think he would have been able to continue in the fight anyway after taking...
Merchant, and he was shot.
Did Larry beat the count? Darling of South Africa, Baltimore, Maryland's Hasim Rahman.
The media would trail the heavyweight champion around the world, much like the media, a formal meeting somewhere. Just a writer I know of came to South Africa to see.
Baltimore Sun didn't send a writer?
The Baltimore Sun sent a writer to cover a hometown boy, cover political affairs in South Africa. But be that as a moment like this, when you hear all of the speculation, all of the months and shoots holes through all of those plans. And just remember, Lennox Lewis, 35 years old. How many times I was going to land a big punch? on a veteran heavyweight.
Ben, if you knew what was going on at some point, regardless of how much you believed in Liwes, and I've always been a big Pio. We'll have a final word on what happened here in the ring in just a moment. Let's look ahead to some coming programs on HBO.